In Luke chapter 14, verses 25 to 35, teaches us about the cost of being a disciple. Let's read Genesis chapter 14, verses 25 to 35, and see what it said. And it reads, "A large crowd was following Jesus. He turned around and said to them, 'If you want to be my disciple, you must hate everyone else by comparison. Your father and mother, wife and children, brothers and daughters, yes, even your own life. Otherwise, you cannot be my disciple. And if you don't carry your own cross and follow me, you cannot be my disciple. But don't begin until you count the cost. For who would begin construction of a building without first calculating the cost to see if there is enough money to finish it? Otherwise, you might complete only the foundation before running out of money, and then everyone would laugh at you. They would say, there's the person who started that building and couldn't afford to finish it. Or what king would go to war against another king without first sitting down with his counselors to discuss whether his army of 10,000 could defeat the 20,000 soldiers marching against him? And if he can't, he will send a delegation to discuss terms of peace while the enemy is still far away. So you cannot become my disciple without giving up everything you own. Salt is good for seasoning, but if it loses its flavor, how do we make it salty again? Flavorless salt is good neither for the soil nor for the manure pile. It is thrown away. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand. We look at this. Jesus says, anyone who comes to me does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, cannot be my disciple. This does not mean we should actively hate our loved ones, but rather we must prioritize our commitment to Jesus above all else. Jesus continues on and says, and whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. Carrying our cross means be willing to bear the burdens and challenges that come with following Jesus. It is a complete surrender to his will. He also warns us to consider the cost before becoming his disciple. Imagine building a tower without first calculating the cost. People would mock you, laugh at you, if you couldn't finish it. Jesus applies this analogy to being his disciple. We must count the cost and be willing to give up everything to follow him. Jesus uses another example of a king going to war. He advises the king to evaluate whether he can win, and if not, seek terms of peace. In the same way, we must realize the seriousness of our commitment to Jesus and be willing to surrender everything for him. Being a disciple of Jesus requires sacrifice and willingness to put him above all else. It means loving him more than our families, our possessions, and even our own lives. The cost is high, but the reward is immeasurable. I want to thank you for watching this video on counting the cost of being a disciple based on Luke chapter 14 verses 25 to 35. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing to our channel for more inspiring, insightful biblical teachings just like this. Thank you.